one of Skeletor's most trusted henchmen, Masterverse Revelation Spikor, up next on T's Multiverse. Welcome to T's Multiverse, folks. I'm your host, Tyrus, and I got another one coming for you in the form of Spikor from the Masters of the Universe Revelation line. Man, I gotta tell you, Spikor, I thought was the coolest, most vicious character in the Masters of the Universe line because simply the guy had spikes coming from him. And, when I saw the commercial back in the day as a kid, and I saw Spikor, this creature with spikes coming from him, and he's coming at He-Man, and I'm thinking to myself, how can He-Man, get a hold of this guy? How can he get the best of this guy when he can't even barely put his hands on him? So, I thought that was just so cool back in the day to have this villain who seemed to be such a difficult opponent for He-Man and his friends. And, and it was the talk of the playground, when that commercial dropped, all the kids were talking about Spikor and who would possibly get him first. I never got a chance to get Spikor, so to have him now as an adult collector is a really special thing for me. I always thought not only that his look was really cool and unique, but I love the color palette that was utilized for, that character back in the day. And I see how it is effectively and successfully translated into this Masterverse character, which I really appreciate. I love the weapons that he came in. He came with that one weapon that you attached to his hand back in the day, and it had the little metallic silver, prongs at the end. So that was different. That was really interesting. And to see them apply that same type of thing, yet give him that mace, that orange mace here that he has with this figure, really is awesome. It's an awesome touch. So really excited for this guy here. I know Spikor, he was in the Masterverse Revelation Part 1, but it was a very brief cameo. So hopefully he'll get maybe a larger role in Part 2. Who knows? However, I do know he's here at T's Multiverse, and I'm excited to have him. And so let's just dive into this packaging so we can get this guy cracked open. So here we're treated to this wonderful, old school, clunky box packaging for Spikor. See, we have the little UPC on the side here. And then up top, we see Masterverse. And then here, through our display package window, we're treated to a view of Spikor with his accessories here that we'll dive into very soon. And then here we have at the bottom, Masterverse Revelation Spikor, Mattel. Yes, this box is a bit danged up, so I'm sorry about that. And then we have Spikor on the side. And then we're treated to this gorgeous artwork of Spikor here on the side here. Man, this looks so good. I'll pull it a little closer to the camera here to get a little closer view to this. This looks absolutely fantastic. And then we're treated to an even larger promo image of Spikor, which looks absolutely amazing. Love this artwork. Here, that backdrop really just takes me back to what we had back in the day with those figures. And then here, we're treated to images of new figures that are released within this wave. Of course, we know He-Man and Skeletor has been released in wave 1, but we have the newer characters like Spikor and Beastman, as well as the Shavehead Tiller and Man-at-Arms, who looks amazing. I cannot wait to get this guy. Definitely check out my review on He-Man as well as Skeletor. I have a link in the description below. But now that we've gone through all of that, let's get this guy cracked open. All right, so I have Spikor along with his accessories out of the packaging, and he looks absolutely impressive. I really feel like this Masterverse line rivals the Masters Universe Classics wave. I mean, I've seen photos of this one against the Classics line, and I really like this one better. Of course, it comes down to preference, but I really appreciate what they're doing with this Masterverse line and what they've done already with it and what they're continuing to do and put out with this line. I'm extremely excited. So let's dive into the accessories here. So he has this 3-pronged little dagger weapon here that I really love. It's going to make this guy that much more dangerous to get close to when he has something like this. I love the color, the simplistic designing. So this will swap out for one of his hands here. So we're going to test that out right now. So I like that. I like this weapon. This weapon, it doesn't look like the original at all. The original was this metallic a little different designing and everything. But I really like where they're going with this new version of his little spiked weapon here. So you swap that out, pop out his hand, of course, and you attach this inside here, and there you go. So he's equipped his little dagger weapon accessory here. I don't know what's the correct wording for this, but it's a little dagger weapon accessory, I call it, and it looks really cool. And then we have the Masters of the Universe spiked mace that you can equip Spikor with, which looks really good. Love this bright orange color that they've given this weapon here. It really pops with the rest of this figure. I like that. So we're gonna equip him with this one as well. Let's give him double the trouble here. Yeah, Spikor means business. Look at that. I love that. And he also comes with some swappable hands. He has 2 fisted hands, which is pretty cool. So he can give you the smackdown. And that's it. So he comes with some pretty neat accessories. I like what he has. You know, I definitely be utilizing, you know, definitely this one, if not both at the same time with this guy. I really like the colors. It really brings this guy out that much more. I'm gonna swap out, give him a fisted hand here. All right, so let's take a closer look at Mr. Spikor here. So love the attention to detail and the sculpting here in the head area. Love the spikes here. You got the yellow in the eyes, and then you have the little splash, the pupil, the black pupils here. And then you have the creases throughout the face. Looks really good. And the little fangs that's coming out of the mouth. Really well sculpted face here that we have here. Really imposing. Here you have, I love the harness that he has around here, a little spiked harness that he has throughout his costumes. Really solid, like that. Really love the attention to detail here. Of course, the loincloth, as well as the boot area. We're no stranger to that with the Masters of the Universe figures. You know, we have the little classic belt as well as the gauntlets. All of that looks really solid. The attention to detail and the sculpting in the arms and as well as the legs looks really awesome. Always, that's always there with these Masterverse figures as well. You know, so overall, this guy looks really solid. But again, I love this face sculpting. You know, the detail that's placed into this really makes him an imposing figure, along with the spike harness that he has from front to back. So really impressive figure overall. So let's take a look at his articulation. His head is a bit loose here, so it's like a bobblehead. But I know the articulation is going to be a little limited here in the head area due to the harness as well as the sculpting with all these spikes here, man, that he has in his head. So you can go down a bit and you can go up. Pretty solid. Pretty good. Better than I thought, but down only so much. You can go from side to side, no problem at all the way around. And then as far as his arms, really nice rotation here in the arms, no problem at all. You can go all the way out like that. He has bicep swivel, which is pretty solid. I believe he has double jointed knees as well as elbows, which is really cool. So elbow rotation and articulation is really good. Really nice elbow articulation. As far as the wrist areas, go all the way around, in and out, no problem at all. These Masterverse figures are well articulated. I've never had issues with these Masterverse figures thus far. You know, really solid. Here we have this upper thigh swivel here. Really nice range with that. And then we have the double jointed knees here. You can go all the way, you can go back so much. I think this little area here is like hindering the rest of the articulation here with it, but it goes back quite a bit. So that's all I need. I don't even go all the way like that. So that's pretty solid. And then we have, as far as this ankle, foot articulation, you can go up, down, you can go all the way around. There is a little bit of rocking here. So really solid articulation all the way around this figure. So really happy with this guy, other than the fact that he has a really loose head. I don't know if I need to maybe push it on, but it's really loose. But other than that, man, I'm really happy with this guy. For somebody that never got a chance to get Spikor back in the day, to be able to get something like this, that's this articulated in detail, is a treat for a Masters of the Universe fan such as myself. Really happy with this guy. Overall, I'm going to get him to stand here, and I'm going to equip him with this weapon. I'm going to put it on the other hand, because he's ready for He-Man. Or he might think he is, so I don't know if he's ready for He-Man, but he's going to give him a run for his money with all the spikes and the weapons that he has. So, all right, so now that I've equipped him with this awesome weapon here, I just love this weapon. I'm going to pose him up here. And he's calling out He-Man. There we go. Yeah, this guy looks awesome. Fantastic. All right, let's get on to the next. It's that time again. It's comparison time. So along with Spikor, I have other Masterverse figures in the form of Skeletor, Evil-Lyn, Skeletor, as well as the San Diego Comic-Con exclusive Scareglow figure. So with all of this evil in unison, the universe is in peril and is in desperate need of the most powerful man in the universe, better known as He-Man. And here with Spikor, I have one of my most favorite Masterverse figures in Moss-Man. And last but certainly not least, I have him paired next to the Masterverse Revelation, He-Man, the most powerful man in the universe. Extremely impressed with this Spikor figure. He is absolutely hands down one of my most favorite Masterverse figures thus far. The color palette, the texturing throughout, the attention to detail, the sculpting that was put into this figure, I really appreciate it. And I'm just excited for everything that this Masterverse line has given us and will give us as it continues on. I mean, it's given us an amazing Battle Cat, as well as some other figures. And then we have a Man-at-Arms coming. We have those deluxe sets with Tri-Klops and Trapjaw. Then we have the Fisto figure that's coming. I'm a huge Fisto fan. So just so many things to look forward to and to get excited for. And I feel that this Spikor figure really represents those things. So really excited for this figure, and I'm really excited for what's to come as this Masterverse line continues on. Thank you so much for tuning in. I really appreciate it. I hope you enjoyed the review. And for those of you who have not subscribed to the channel, I'd like to ask you to subscribe. Hit that subscription button. Hit that bell notification so that you're notified when my videos drop. Also, please hit that like button. It will really help push the channel forward. And until next time, folks, be good to one another. Be safe. Stay tuned. And beware of Spikor. Until next time, folks, bye for now.